Have you ever wondered why some people seem to get rich overnight while everyone else is struggling? Meet Ifeoma. She was the wealthiest grain trader in the Oja market. But today, she is watching her entire life turn into ash. And the only thing that can save her is the very thing she used to destroy others. How did a few kilograms of grain turn into a death sentence? Stick around, because this story isn't just about fire, it's about the math of the universe. Ifeoma didn't just sell grain, she performed a ritual. Her wrapper was always the brightest wax print, her head tie sat like a crown, and her voice? It was smoother than honey on a warm yam. "My sister, come. This maize is so fresh, it's still dreaming of the farm," she'd shout. But Ifeoma had a secret. Beneath her wooden table sat two scales. She called them the twins, but they weren't identical. When a poor farmer came to sell his harvest, Ifeoma used scale A. This scale was a liar. It was weighted with a piece of lead taped to the bottom. A 20-kilogram bag of millet would touch the tray, and thud, the needle would barely crawl to 15. "Ewol, this bag is light like a feather, Papa Chidi," she'd tut-tut, paying him peanuts. The farmer leaves sad, but Ifeoma has made a 25% profit before even starting her day. But wait, Papa Chidi isn't the only one watching. The market union head is walking toward her stall with a suspicious look in his eye.
Ifeoma didn't blink. She offered the union head a cold bottle of malt and a seat in the shade. While he was distracted by the sugar, she gracefully kicked scale A under a pile of sacks and brought out scale B. Scale B was the opposite. It was the feather. When her neighbors came to buy a kilo of rice for dinner, Scale B would scream that the bag was heavy when it was actually half empty. "Look at the needle, Mama Amaka. My hand is heavy. I give too much," Ifeoma would laugh, charging double for half the food. The neighbors grumbled. They saw their children's pots getting emptier, while Ifeoma's gold earrings got heavier. They felt the pinch in their pockets, but Ifeoma just adjusted her glasses and smiled. She felt untouchable. She was winning the game. The union head leaves, satisfied. Ifeoma is safe, but as she closes her shop, a dry, hot wind begins to howl, the kind of wind that carries a spark a long, long way. That night, Ifeoma sat counting her stacks of cash. The air was dry, Harmattan season at its peak. Outside, someone cleared brush with a small fire. Usually, it's nothing, but tonight, the wind was angry. A single ember, glowing like an evil eye, danced through the air. It landed right on the touch of Ifeoma's kitchen roof. Crack, sizzle. By the time Ifeoma smelled the smoke, the kitchen was a wall of orange silk. She ran outside screaming, "Fire! My house! Help me!" The neighbors woke up. They saw the glow. They didn't hesitate. In an African village, your neighbor's fire is your fire. "Fetch the buckets!" they cried. "Quickly, to the well!" The neighbors are coming to help. The community is united. But Ifeoma looks at the buckets they are carrying, and her blood turns to ice. Here is the thing about Ifeoma's greed. She didn't just cheat on grain. She sold special plastic buckets in her shop too. Industrial size, she had claimed. But she had sourced the cheapest, shallowest buckets from a crooked supplier. buckets that looked big on the outside but had a false high bottom. Mama Amaka dipped the bucket into the well. Splash! She ran to the fire and threw the water. It was a teacup's worth. "The buckets! They hold nothing!" Papa Chidi yelled, his face dripping with sweat and soot. He dipped again, sprinting until his lungs burned, but the big buckets were so shallow the water evaporated before it even hit the flames. Ifeoma stood in the dirt, her expensive wrapper torn. She watched them try. She saw their sincerity. They were fighting for her, but they were fighting with the light tools she had forced into their hands.
One neighbor finds a real bucket. He throws a massive splash that dampens the main beam. But the roof is already groaning. It's about to collapse on Ifeoma's safe, the place where all her cheated money is hidden. As the sun began to rise, Ifeoma sat in the gray ash of her dreams. Her heavy scales were melted. Her light buckets were charred husks. She looked at her neighbors. Their hands were blistered. Their faces were black with smoke. They had given her 100% of their effort, but she had only given them 50% of the tools. She realized then that she hadn't been cheating Papa Chidi or Mama Amaka for all those years. She had been sabotaging her own rescue. She had been building a world where when she fell, the safety net would be too thin to catch her. You see, the universe is the ultimate accountant. You might think you're getting ahead by cutting corners or tipping the scales in your favor, but life has a funny way of bringing those same scales back to you when you need them most. The weight you give is the weight you will receive. If you give the world light buckets, don't be surprised when your own fire can't be put out. So ask yourself today, what kind of scale are you using? Smash that like button if you've ever seen karma in action, and subscribe for more stories from the heart of the continent. See you in the next one.
Hello, did you enjoy the story? Don't forget to drop a heart, hang around for the next one. Thank you for watching. Goodbye!